Welcome to New Mexico. We are about to have a yarn-filled weekend. There are two things going on in the Santa Fe, Albuquerque area this weekend. First is the Enchanted yarn crawl, which includes 8 shops, and we're going to try to go to all of them. And then it is the Mountain and Valley Wool Fest in Santa Fe. So we are in Albuquerque right now, and we are headed out to our first shop in Edgewood. We just got to Edgewood Yarn and Fibers, and we learned that they're going to be closing next year, I think in like February or so, but they're really sweet and the shop is pretty cute. So we want to show you inside. It's got like all these different rooms and a lot of commercially made yarns, but a lot of options. There's a ton of sock yarn, a ton of lace weight yarn, and since they're sort of clearing out their inventory, there's even a big sale room and everything. And there's a bunch of funny pictures and memes about knitting and crochet all around it. There's a cool bit of artwork on the wall that apparently someone in like the shop down the way did. And it's just like, it comes all the way around the wall. I don't think you saw before, but there's a little horse. Even the door is painted. It's all part of it. It's cute. Shop number 2, we're back in Albuquerque. Actually, I think all the rest of our shops today are going to be here in Albuquerque. This is a really cute little shop. It's small, but it's got a lot of great stuff in there. There's a lot of knitted wit. There's some New Mexico dyers I'm excited to see. And we're right next door to a dog grooming place called Barking Bad, which I think is really cute. And there's dogs barking. I don't know if you can hear them. Anyway, let's head back inside and see what's in there. It's a small shop, so there's not a lot of space to sit inside, but they have this really cute area set up outside if you want to sit and hang out and knit or crochet. Okay, we're seeing our first New Mexico yarns, which is very exciting. This one is called Vortex Yarns. There's some really pretty single ply. And then this whole section over here on the side is all based on like different things in New Mexico. Let me see what some of them are called. Wait, where's the, I don't know how to say this. Chamisal? Chamisal? I don't know what that means. Let me find one that I can read. El Salto. Is that a place? They're really beautiful colors. There's also Breaking Yarn. I don't know exactly where she is. Do you know where Breaking? Albuquerque. So right here in Albuquerque. And these colors specifically are all actually from Breaking Bad, like different characters' names and everything. And then Knitty Gritty has a really beautiful palette, like beautiful, like kind of muted tonal colors. There's a fingering weight one here. What is this? This has a bamboo sport weight, 50% merino wool and bamboo, which is pretty cool. Never seen that before. And this one, oh, this is soft. This one is a baby alpaca. Lots of choices. Okay, so Knitted Wit Yarns is out of Oregon, but she has a lot of really fun colors for national parks. And these ones right here are all in New Mexico. So this one is the Petroglyph National Monument, which in Albuquerque, Kent's telling me, which we are going to be going to soon. I think we're also going to eventually get to Carlsbad. This is the Carlsbad Caverns, not on this trip though, on another one. And then this one has lots of fun colors. This one is Bandelier National Monument. And, oh my gosh, last one here, oh, White Sands. We're gonna go to that one as well. I made my first purchase and I got this Knitted Wit yarn because it has the Petroglyph National Monument. Sure, okay, Duster's whining, which is here in Albuquerque, right? And we're gonna be going to it. And so even though it's not technically a New Mexico yarn, we're gonna see a lot of New Mexico yarn this weekend. So I gotta pace myself a little bit. Now we've just come down the street, literally 1 minute away to our next stop. For the rest of our stores, we weren't able to record audio because of either music, people, or space. But not to worry, I'm here to let you know what's happening. This is Midnight, the shop cat. They were always coming by the store, so the shop adopted them. Here you'll see another local New Mexico dyer, Zia wool. The Zia is the symbol on the New Mexican flag, license plates, pretty much everywhere. The yarn shop at Nob Hill has knit nights on the first Friday of the month from 5 to 9. They also have expert help on Tuesday mornings. Okay, so we just got done with 3 yarn stores. We've got one more to go to today before we go to where we're staying tonight in Santa Fe. And you know, we like to try local food, but we do not leave out fast food. So we are going to try Blake's Slaughter Burger. We both got a New Mexico style double burger that has green chilies on it. Apparently it's spicy. We got fries and onion rings. So we're gonna eat real quick and then go to the last store.
Mariposa Yarn opened this past March and is your go-to store for community in Albuquerque. The owner, Julia, wants it to be a welcoming space for all. Currently, Wednesdays are sock group and Fridays are lunch group, but come and sit and knit or crochet anytime. Mariposa is Spanish for butterfly. The name for the store comes from the butterfly chrysalis, with the chrysalis being a metaphor for a work in progress, which then turns into a beautiful finished object butterfly. Future plans for Mariposa include acquiring the space next door and expanding to include weaving and spinning classes and even their own line of hand-dyed yarn. We got so lucky that we had the opportunity to buy the very first retail skein of yarn from Curio hand-painted yarn. Thank you, Angelica.
All right, that was our last yarn store. They were so nice, and I got myself some yarn. And in case you're wondering what Toaster does, this is what he does while he waits for us. He's got air conditioning, so he's okay. We have made it to the Mountain and Valley Wool Fest, which is here at the Santa Fe Fairgrounds. I think that's what it's called. And it's a really gorgeous day. It is a little bit chilly, so it's like 60 degrees, but sunny. So it's nice and warm. There are tons of tents outside with different vendors. There's a whole area with animals, and there's two places inside. There's a bunch of yarn and wool and fiber in one. And then in the other one, there's like all these demonstrations. There's like fun stuff for kids. And there's a couple of food trucks too. Now, there's also live music. And so people are just sitting outside and like enjoying the weather. I saw a couple people knitting, people eating. It's around lunchtime right now. So it's just, we'll deal with the background noise a little bit and do the best we can. But there's a few booths that we want to take you to with some local stuff, either here in New Mexico or nearby in Colorado. So let's go check this out. So all of their yarns are based off either the Southwest or the Rocky Mountains, because they're originally from Colorado, but now they're here in New Mexico. These ones right here are based off Hawaii because this is a husband and wife team that dyes everything, and she actually went to college in Hawaii. So, I'm collecting yarns from around the country, and this one is dyed in New Mexico, but it's also named Olive New Mexican, which is one of the trees that grows here. This one's kind of cool. It's a linen and alpaca and silk blend. I feel like it would be great for warm weather, Feels really soft too. Okay, so I got my first skein of yarn, but I don't have a bag, so I need to go buy a bag now, right? A project bag? Problem solved. I'm obsessed with this yarn that is boucle, and it is, I think it's 100% alpaca. So it's hybrid hand-spun boucle. So I've got two things to show, a hat and a scarf, and it's like really lightweight. So I'm kind of thinking about a sweater's quantity. I gotta think about it. It's really pretty. Okay, so all of these are hand-dyed yarns. And then if you come down further, these are hand-spun. I always love when the picture of the alpaca is on the label. This is Osiris, I think it says. And it's so soft. Okay, so these are alpaca scarves and they are so yummy and soft. Okay, so this color is so New Mexico, and it's the colors that are in the Vortex Yarn sign in their logo. It's called, I don't know how to say it actually, saxifraga. Saxifraga? How do you say this color? Saxifraga? Okay, thank you. So I want to show you this beautiful scarf. Good morning and welcome to day 30 of our New Mexican yarn extravaganza. We are going to the other 4 yarn stores today on the Enchanted yarn crawl. There's 3 in Santa Fe, and I don't think we've explained yet, but we're staying in Santa Fe with some friends. So we've been doing like a lot of fun things, going to dinner with them and whatnot. They have a really beautiful home. So Toaster is actually staying with them right now while we're out today. But the one other yarn store is out in Taos, and it's the furthest one away. It's about an hour-and-a-half drive from Santa Fe. So we're going to that one first this morning. Sorry, this camera is so heavy. It is so hard to hold far away from me. Kent is just inside McDonald's getting a little something to eat. And we still have another hour drive, but it's supposed to be very, very beautiful. So I am just going to enjoy sitting in the passenger seat and knitting, enjoying the views, and then we will get to our first shop for the day. Cool. Ding, ding, ding. So we're in the historic district of Taos, which is where Mooncat Fibers is. It's the only yarn store out here, and it was about an hour-and-a-half away. I think I may have already said that, but it's a really cute area, so let's go check it out.
Small but mighty, Mooncat Fibers has a ton of handcrafted items. We're starting to see some familiar New Mexico dyers, but exclusive to this store only is Pink Adobe Dye Works. Ooh, they have some beautiful stuff. This entire cube is hand-spun yarn. One of my goals for next year is to knit a sweater with hand-spun yarn in it. These shawl pins and other jewelry items are all handmade by Mooncat owner Kathy's husband.
That shop was so cute. Kathy said they have over 28 different artists, yarn bowls. Everything is just handmade, which is amazing. I wish we had more time to hang out in Taos, but we have to run because none of the stores open until noon because it's Sunday today, and they all close at 4 or 5, and we have an hour and a half to drive back to them. So we would have loved to show you more and get some lunch, but we gotta get on the road.
Miriam's Well has been here for 35 years, which makes it the oldest yarn shop in Santa Fe. And they've always been in this location. Something that makes it even cooler is the owner, Miriam, lives just upstairs. You'll find a large array of commercially dyed yarns from Queensland to Noro, Barocco, and more. All around the shop, you'll see beautiful samples worked up by Miriam. Most are her own lovely designs. You can find her more basic patterns on Ravelry under Miriam Leth Espenson, but for the more intricate ones, you'll have to come into the shop to see them and get the pattern. Miriam teaches several days a week, both knitting and weaving. Find out more by signing up for their newsletter.
It's 4:10, so we're not going to be in a race to finish the rest of the shops by 5 o'clock. But Miriam was so cool. There's such beautiful stuff in that shop. We got to learn so much about like her personal history and like why she got into fiber arts, which was very, very cool. I'll share as much as I can. But yeah, this has been a cool day.
Welcome to Hacer Sante Fe. Hacer means to make and has a very special meaning to shop owner Laura. Their godmother taught them to sew, which then became a creative outlet to de-stress later on. We're in the yarn room right now, where they carry a lovely variety of yarns, from Sanduskarn to Farmer's Daughter's Fibers to a giant wall of woolfolk. There's tons of options in here. Hacer is part yarn store and part fabric store. Even though I don't sew, I was mighty tempted by the Halloween fabrics to make a festive project bag.
Well, we just had a fun time in that shop. Even though we were rushing through, we got to meet some people. And I think for the first time, somebody asked me for my autograph, and I feel so, I don't know, flattered. I don't know what the right word is. But anyway, it was so nice to meet. There was a group of people, Patty, Joy, and Suzanne, and I think they had some more friends in their group, but we got to meet them and say hi to them. So hi, guys, if you're watching. And now we are going to our last shop with like 10 minutes till they close. So we're gonna show you the best of them and get in there and go to our 8th and final shop.
I still regret not having more time to look around and hang out at Looking Glass Yarns. They've been around since about 2007, and the amazing Dante showed us the layout of the store. If anything, you need to go in just for them. If Jameson and Smith yarns are your jam, they carry all 225 colors.
Okay, so over here is this yarn that is exclusively dyed in this store. So if you want to get this, I think it's like meh, like a sheep, you can only get it here. This is one of the yarns that we wanted to see at the festival, but her booth was so busy we couldn't get in. It is Cat Mountain Fiber Arts, and she has like really beautiful yarns, but then these really cool kits of 10 skeins with all different textures.